Hi, this is the PARCC practice test for Google Classroom. Now, I've used practice tests with my students before. I've used the ones that are online and the kids have gone through them, but then I still decided to create this because I wanted something that was a little more permanent so students could work on it during stations or for homework or all as a group, but then I could go back in and really look at it and gauge how they did versus the online platforms that are a little harder to get some data on. I also wanted to create something that was more visually appealing for students. So I'm just really excited to have something where it still has the same amount of rigor that a PARCC test has, but it has some visuals. There are videos and things to help the students through it so they can feel a little bit more empowered and excited as they go through it. So let me show you what it has. Your average PARCC math unit is going to have 12 to 14 questions on it, and those are type 1, 2, and 3 questions. So basically you have your easier questions and your longer questions, and a type 3 would be like a part A, part B question like this one. So this includes 13 questions, and let me show you what they are. So first of all, there's a lot of resources here. There are videos for teachers, videos for every single question, and then these little videos are actually on each slide as well so the kids can access them. Now you might choose to take the videos off, in which case you can just delete them. If you're worried that kids will take advantage and not actually try if the video is there, but you could leave them on if you think your kids will use them responsibly just as a resource to help them if they get stuck. So that's really up to you. If you leave the videos on, then it makes it a lot better for you. It can be really hands-off. You can put it as a center, for example. But if you want to take off the videos and then just push this slide out to your students later, you can. And then they can just cross-reference here and pick the ones that they need help with. So those are some of the resources. There are 13 questions, and at the bottom, there is an answer key as well. So again, once you get this into your Google Drive, you can just make a copy of it so that you have all of this, and then you can edit it how you please, delete the answer key if you want to, or you can leave it on there for the kids. So here's what's on the test. Here's an info page for students and teachers. This is a tech video for students. It shows them how to fill in the boxes and how to do the multiple choice and how to use the tech skills. And then these questions are meticulously designed. I cross-referenced this with a ton of released items and PARCC practice tests so that it is an accurate distribution of the types of questions they'll see. For example, they're going to see a little bit of fraction or a little bit of decimals and a little bit of place values and a little bit of multiplication questions, but they're going to see a lot of fractions. So the distribution is pretty accurate and the rigor is very accurate in regards to what they're going to see. So here's our first question, basic word problem. Then we get into decimals as tenths and hundredths where they have to fill in a model. Place value with the times 10 as you move to the left. This is a challenging question where they have to explain an error. This is a specific type of question that PARCC does where you have to explain a mistake that another person made, and it pertains to equivalent fractions. This question can be kind of tricky for kids, but again, there's a video here to help them through it. Decimals on a number line. Basic multiplication, I provided a video for how to solve this exact problem with an area model and standard algorithm. This is conversion, so converting units. In this case, it's hours to minutes. That's something they'll definitely see on their PARCC test. Multiplying a fraction by a whole number, and this has a number line. They have to show their answer on a number line. This is something they will likely see. This is a multi-step word problem. Whatever form it may take, they will definitely see a multi-step word problem. So this gives them an opportunity to practice this, and it also has interpreting remainders here at the end. Multiplication and division. Then we have a two-part problem, and there is a video for part A and part B, and this pertains to analyzing this table and then subtracting fractions for part A and then multiplying fractions for part B and explaining by typing. This is a displacement problem where you start with a certain amount in the jar and then they give you the total, but they don't give you the addend. So they have to subtract to figure out the fraction there. This one is basic division, no remainder, and that's it. So this is 13 questions. If you put a timer for 65 minutes, this is very accurate for what the students would see in those 65 minutes. So you can use it as an actual practice test, but then again, you actually get to see it at the end because it'll be in their Google Classroom or Seesaw or Schoology or however you push it out to them. Or you can assign it as a center. I'm going to assign mine as a center the week before PARCC so that they can get that exposure to what it looks like. You can also use it as homework. You can take out the pieces throughout testing season and use the slides as a warm up, morning work, whatever works for you. And then this is our answer key here. So you can leave the answer key in if you want students to be independent. They can check their own work, or you can take the answer key out. Same with the videos. You can deleting the videos will take less than a minute if you just want to go through and delete them so that students don't have that crutch. And then, you could play the videos later as you review the test. You can also make a copy of this just by going to File, Make Copy. That way you always have the original, and then you can delete slides, take out the answer key, do whatever you want, take it apart if you want to, and then you always have that original to fall back on. So I hope this is helpful as a practice PARCC test, and please let me know if you have any questions. Thank you for watching.